journey is not our destination. The journey is simply a process. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 5 of the Torah portion, Ha'azinu, to give ear. Before we get started, let me say Shabbat Shalom to each one of you. I appreciate you so much for tuning in to 10-Minute Torah. Many of you have told me that you do so first thing in the morning as your morning devotionals. I'm extremely honored, humbled, and appreciative that you would do so. For those that have taken time to like the videos, to subscribe to the channel, some to even send support, it's all very much appreciated. And I encourage you to share on your social media and to spread 10-Minute Torah around. So thank you for doing so. Now to Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter number 32. And let's begin reading with verse number 10. He found him in a wilderness, and in a wasted, howling desert he encompassed him. He made him understand. He watched over him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirs up its nest, fluttering over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, bearing them on its wings. Yahweh alone led him, and there was no strange, mighty one with him. He made him to ride the heights of the earth, and he ate the fruits of the fields, and he made him to draw honey from the rock, and oil from the flinty rock, curds from the cattle, and milk of the flock, with fat of lambs, with the rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats with choicest of wheat. You drank wine, the blood of grapes. But Yeshurun grew fat and kicked. You grew fat, you grew thick, you're covered with fat. So he forsook Eloah, who made him, and scorned the rock of his deliverance. They moved him to jealousy with foreign matters. With abominations they provoked him. They slaughtered the demons, not to Eloah, mighty ones they did not know, new ones who came lately, which your fathers did not fear. You neglected the rock who brought you forth, and forgot the El who fathered you. Not encouraging words. The first part's great. The second part is like, huh? So again, the journey is not our destination. We're still yet very much involved in the journey. We're still in this experiment, in this endeavor, in these days of exile, where Yah is trying his people, proving them, separating them, giving them the mark of Elohim as opposed to the mark of the systems that are coming. Yah is defining, declaring, determining actually who belongs to him. We must remain faithful to be counted among that number. It's not automatic. Those who endure to the end, Yeshua said, will be saved, will be redeemed. So there is a required endurance. The journey is about endurance. It's about perseverance. Now, the journey is not all negative. It's very positive. We have been borne about on eagle's wings. Yah himself has encompassed us. Yah has given to us overabundance of blessings and prosperity. The prosperity, however, is not just a blessing, it's a test. Blessing and prosperous increase is more of a test than a blessing. You see, he found us in an inhospitable place, in a place of slavery and servitude, and delivered us. The journey from the time of deliverance to the time of inheritance was one that was fraught with rebellion, mumbling, grumbling, a discouraging crowd, an angry crowd, a crowd that was bent on having a stiff neck and a hard heart and a plugged up ear. How soon we began to forget where Yah has actually brought us from. Let's take just a minute. This can be for anyone in any country. Here in America, we can easily remember a few hundred years back about the birthing of this nation. Other nations, you're much, much more ancient. But the processes where the Father has brought us through, testing and trying, things were not always so well. Sometimes they're not so well again. But the Father is faithful. Let's remember individually. Remember where He found you. Let's go back just a little ways until the time that you found yourself before you knew Him. What was life like? How desperate were you? How dark were those days? How selfish were those days? How much was given to the fulfillment of the desires of the flesh? How desperate were you when He found you? And think about this. He did not leave you where He found you, but He has brought you thus far to wherever it is that you are currently. Think about this as well. He is not going to leave you where you are currently. There is still a greater place, a more refined place, a more strengthened, matured place that He is yet taking us to. We're still in the journey. We have not yet found our destination. So it says here that He found us, encompassed us, gave us understanding, watched over us, stirred us up. He hovered over us. He bore us on His wings, and He alone has led us. Then He made us fat with prosperity and blessings. The problem is our blessings can at times become a curse, in that they cause us to become fat and satisfied. We're not talking about your physical being here, although that may apply. I'll leave that alone. But fat in our attitude, satisfied in our estimation of things. If we leave off pursuit of the destiny that He has previously determined for us, determining that where we are right now is good enough, then we now have a problem. And we will ultimately fail in our walk, learning to depend upon our circumstance instead of the one who is supposed to be leading us. You don't want to be among the crowd who determines this is good, and Yah is still leading on into the future toward the destiny, and we've determined, I think I'll just stay right here. Imagine that Am Israel is breaking camp and they're moving on toward their destination, and one family says, I'm tired of moving. We're going to stay right here. They go out the next morning and there's no manna on the ground. And they were cold the night before because there was no pillar of fire to keep them warm. And they're burning up in the middle of the day with heat and exhaustion because, well, the cloud that covered them is not there. And the water source, well, the water is flowing differently now. And it's not like it was before. They quickly pack their things and run to catch up because they realize being away from the community of belief is not the place to be. Stay involved in the journey. Stay involved in the walk toward your destination. And then there is this problem, and that is that the people took the blessings and the favor of Yah and sacrificed to demons for it. Yah said, you became so prosperous, you forgot that I was the one who made you so. I was the one who increased you. And now you've turned and given idols and demons credit. What was Yah's response? Yah's response then was to give them over to hardship and servitude to nations who actually did worship demons. What we're seeing in the earth currently are nations that should know better, who have previously acknowledged the Most High as the source of their strength and ability, allowing the nations who serve demons and false gods to have authority over them. Yah is trying to get our attention. Get up, get moving, return to me, come home. I am the one who gives you the source of eagle's wings to bear you. May Yah favor us again as we repent and turn back to Him. We'll see you again next week. Until then, Shabbat Shalom.